interest rates are going down and everybody's losing their mind. I am getting DMs and emails from real estate agents and even people who watch my channel and are like, Orlando, did you see the rates? Did you see the rates? Rates are down to 6.5%. They're down 1%. And they're saying, look, Orlando, I don't know what you were talking about the housing market, but this is the time to buy a house right now. And I'm scratching my head and I'm like, do you watch any of my videos? Because if you watch my videos, you would understand that this is not the play. This is not what we want to do, guys. But anyway, we're going to jump into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And make sure you check in the pinned comment and the description. I have a newsletter. Yes, a newsletter. It will give you tremendous value and it's free, guys. How can you beat free? You can't. And as always, if you need a lender, any type of financing or commercial or investment properties, I am the person who can help you out with that. I have been a lender for almost 20 years, and I think I know what I'm doing. And I can assist you with that. Anything from purchases, refis, single families, to office buildings, to multifamily. Anyway, guys, listen. We've talked about this. This is the thing that I want people to understand, is that I get it. You see interest rates drop and you think that, you know what, this is the time. This is the time. Now I can afford it. And I'm just here to tell you, if you couldn't afford the $400,000 house then when it was 7.5%, you can't afford the house now when it's at 6.5%. The price is still the same.
Aha! A trick!
Hey, I'm just the messenger, guys. The price is still the same. This is an accounting trick that I've told you guys over and over. You know when I say, hey, when you go to a car dealership and you go,
yes, I want this Hellcat, I want this BMW, but I just want to pay $300 a month.
And then the guy goes, let me go to the back and see what I can do. And he goes back and he comes back, he goes,
I can do 305, but you're going to be paying me for 15 years.
And you're like, bet.
Bet.
That's kind of like what this is, guys. Remember, we care about price. Price is the most important thing. You cannot refinance the price. You cannot refinance the price, but you can always refinance the interest rate.
Use your common sense.
That is the most important rule of this. And I have said it over and over and over and over again, that it's not going to matter what the interest rate is if you're still overpaying. And then prices in some areas are still going up. And the price drops that we are seeing, they aren't dropping dramatically. Yes, in some areas like a Austin, or some areas like a Boise, or even some areas in Florida, you may see a 25-30% drop, which is great. But in some areas, we're seeing a 5% drop. It's just getting rid of some of that increase that is still an overpriced home. And again, look, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's just take a look at this. It says the Fed is too late to save the housing market from this year. A decline in mortgage rates at the tail end of the buying season is unlikely to meaningfully boost transaction or an industry that depends on them. Guys, listen. Let's just make this make sense. Okay, let's just put this in reality. What would you do if you didn't know if you were gonna get fired from your job and you only had 2 months left? I'll wait. What would you do if you knew that you possibly could get fired from your job in the next 2 to 3 months? Would you work really hard, do the best job that you can, or would you just say, well, we're gonna see what's gonna happen? That's what's happening with the Fed. With the election coming, he doesn't know if he's gonna have a job. And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, Orlando, the Fed isn't working that way. He's not working. Well, is the Fed human? Is he human or is he a robot? Is he human? I mean, some people might say he's a robot.
No.
But let's be real. He is human, guys. He is human. So more than likely, he's just gonna say, let's just see what happens with the election first. And he's already a Fed that sits on the fence. I've said that over and over and over again. A recent decline in mortgage rates on stronger evidence that the Federal Reserve is poised to ease policy that has fueled hopes of a better time ahead for companies tied to the housing market. That's unlikely true, but the evidence of the past few weeks suggests it's already too late for a revival this year. Home loan rates at around 6.5%, down 0.5% over the past month, point to a rebound in spring of 2025 from what's been a dismal buying season so far if borrowing costs hold here or decline further. Guys, listen, I have said this over and over and over again, that I knew that when the interest rates went down, everybody and their mom was gonna be, even the media was gonna be like, buy now, buy now, buy now. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is go into Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any of these places where you see these real estate agents and other media personalities all telling you the same thing. Hey, guess what?
Interest rates went down 1%. Now, guys, do you know what this means? This means that you have more purchasing power.
What's our big ticket item? Upgrades, people, upgrades. That's how we make the dough.
They're telling you that since the rate dropped by 1%, it will give you an additional 10% of buying power. While that is true, let's make this make sense. So you're telling me I already think a house is not affordable, and let's just say that house is $400,000. You're telling me that I should buy more? I should buy a $440,000 house now? Something ain't right. And real estate agents are telling you guys. They're telling you.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? I know you didn't have enough money for the $400,000, but now that rates have dropped, you can now build in an additional $40,000 on top of that. So you have a buffer. You can just borrow the other $40,000. So if the seller goes up, if you need to pay for some extra stuff in there, maybe you can get that raise because now you have extra money.
Now make that make sense.
Let's get down to the business of sucking every loose penny out of Mr. and Mrs. Average Knucklehead.
Make the math. The math ain't mathing, guys.
What number comes between 2 and 4? Beetlejuice.
25.
They're telling you now, sellers and real estate agents are now telling you, borrow more money. Because now you have the opportunity to do that. Don't worry about the overpriced home. Now, now you can pay $440,000. Go borrow the rest, man. Listen, the house will be here waiting on you. If we have somebody, bidding war going on, it goes up, $10,000, $20,000, you got it. You got it. The rates are 6.5%. Do you know what they were last month? They were 7.5%. You're saving 1%, man.
Stop right there. I'm in.
That's what these guys are telling you. Just remember, guys, last week, 2 weeks ago, sellers were sweating, thinking to themselves, what am I gonna do? Nobody wants to buy. Interest rates are super high. Everything is high. What am I gonna do?
Why am I such a loser?
Now sellers are like, well, I thought I was gonna have to cut my price. Now I can somewhat keep it the same and maybe add a little bit more on it. That's what they're doing.
I'll do anything. I'll do whatever it takes to...
And what do I say? Well, I say, it doesn't matter. What? If you follow what I'm saying, which you don't, let me just make that perfectly clear. You can do whatever you want. Do your research. That's my main thing. Do your research. Why is anybody trying to force you to not be cautious in the biggest purchase of your life? Why is someone trying to coach you into overpaying? Why is someone trying to say, oh, look, interest rates went down. You can pay more now. Make that make sense.
It's an evil world we live in.
Guys, don't get forgetful because last month, you knew what was going on. You knew that prices were too high. And now that you feel that a bank may approve you for a higher amount, you're going to go pay more for the house? I thought the whole point of this was to pay less. And that's what's happening. Those are the emails that I'm getting today based on interest rates. And I had to make this video because yes, I understand that everybody thinks this is a great thing. And it is a great thing. But is it a great thing if you're still going to pay the same price for the overpriced home? Because that's what it was. I was saying these houses are overpriced. Now that you can get approved for more, are you telling me you're willing to pay, instead of $400, you're willing to pay $410? Just because you can get more financed? That's not what we want, guys. That's not what we want. We want prices to drop. And prices are not dropping at a rate where I feel, this is a buyer's market. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Again, you can do what you want, but I just want you guys to understand that the interest rate play of 1% does not mean that, you know what, I'm going to fall into the FOMO and I'm going to pay more now. Make it make sense to me. That's my disclaimer, guys. As always, you won't get all of your information from this one video. This one video. You need to watch this video right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property, and I promise you, the information you will get from it, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.